A group charged with reducing racial disparity in the justice system met again today. Governor Cooper formed the Racial Equity Task Force after the 2020 police killings of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Today, that group heard from Durham's former police chief, C.J. Davis. Davis was named the interim chief in Memphis, Tennessee, and is under fire for the beating death of Tyre Nichols. WRO's Matt Tallhelm was there for the discussion. He joins us live now. Matt, this group's work already leading to changes in the law.
Yeah, it is, Gerald. That group, that task force, came up with 125 recommendations, and some of those have led to changes in state law. But the future of the task force and its work is all uncertain, depending on who voters send here to the governor's mansion on Election Day in November.
There's more to do. And that's why you're here.
Governor Roy Cooper is giving an urgent mission to the task force he formed to reduce racial bias in the criminal justice system.
Your work is harder, our work is harder because of this. There are those out there now, and there's an increasing number of people who would attack efforts to achieve diversity.
The Task Force for Racial Equity in Criminal Justice released this new report on the progress made in its third year. The state established an Office of Violence Prevention and developed new basic law enforcement training, including increasing training hours from 640 to 868. It also adds more training in ethics, de-escalation, and crisis intervention.
I think it builds trust in our community, in which that's what we're trying to do across the board with these new policies and practices across the state.
The task force heard from former Durham Police Chief C.J. Davis. She's now interim police chief in Memphis, Tennessee. Her department faces a federal investigation following the fatal beating of Tyre Nichols by 5 officers. Davis didn't discuss that, but did say the stress and trauma of the job impacts the culture of a police force.
Too often, our officers carry the albatross or the burden of what a few did, and it impacts their work, it impacts their attitude.
The task force has helped change laws to hold police here accountable. Now the governor says he's focused on making it easier for people to pick back up with their lives and get back to work after serving their time.
That our communities are going to be safer because of it. Because you aren't going to have people going back and doing the same thing that they did to get them there to start with. You are giving them a better chance.
Today, one of the first things the task force did in its new year here is to pass this resolution, which creates a victim offender dialogue program statewide. That aims to reduce the number of people who reoffend, who end up back in jail or prison because of what they've done. It allows their victims to sit down, have a conversation with them, and to really explain the real impacts of their crimes.